Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, what's up? It's been a couple weeks, 3 to be exact. This is the slightly unqualified man. It's been so long. I'm so rusty at this introduction. Uh, Welcome to the slightly unqualified podcast. I'm your lovely goat host, Matty Ice, Matty J. Matt's in the building. We back, baby, here to stay
Back at it.
permanently, gentlemen. It's been a few weeks. Um, how have you been? Andrew, we'll start with you because you were late today twice. So you must have had such an exciting 3 weeks that you didn't watch Loki and you were late. So how have your 3 weeks?
Oh yeah, I need to know what's going on.
Okay, so it's good to see you. It's good to be back.
Sure.
Our extended vacation was a little long. I honestly don't have a great excuse for not watching it.
Interesting.
We'll go to week one. Week one, since we didn't have a podcast, I forgot about it. I just didn't even realize that it came out. The second week,
Wow.
I was down in Mexico for the whole week, and
Man,
this was
must be nice.
the first time that we've gone to Mexico as a family where we haven't had a kid in diapers or having to go back to the house and sit there and wait for naps. So we were at the beach constantly.
First time?
Yeah, this is the first time
That's
since
what's up,
Benjamin's
man.
been born.
That is the right answer I was looking for. Not the first time.
Since Benjamin's been born. So we were just at the beach every day. I honestly didn't even normally when I'm at Mexico I'll veg and I'll watch a TV show or Twitch and stuff, but nothing this time. It was party all the time. It was great, good trip. This week has just been super busy for me with work and started
Not
to go
watching
back
anything?
went back to the gym, and yesterday I'm a pathetic person and I was really tired and I literally fell asleep at 7:30 and then woke up at 9:30 and then got ready for bed and then went back to sleep. So
Andrew's getting old.
honestly, I don't have a good excuse for missing it at all. I need to just I would like to say my copium is probably I told my wife we would watch it together, and our schedules just haven't synced up. So I can't watch it without her. That would be bad. You guys don't want that.
Question: Does this is not being me a smart ass? Does Loren have a full-time 8-hour job now?
She has, it's not full time. She does 3 different jobs. So she works 10 hours a week doing macro coaching for
10.
people. And then she does
It's a lot. 2 hours a day is crazy.
just listen. She's a full-time mom first.
Yeah.
Then she's got that job. And then she also does you're muted, by the way. I can't hear anything you're saying.
Good, I'm glad.
That's for your safety.
So then she also does coaching at a local gym.
Uh-huh.
So she's coaching, taking care of the kids, and then the macro job. So
That's crazy.
So
It's
I
interesting.
guess what I'm hearing here is you guys haven't had a single hour together where it's just you two at home in the last 3 weeks.
I didn't say that.
Oh yeah.
I told you I don't have a good excuse.
Out of the
No,
bag.
let's just say this. Outside of if we don't include today's episode, because I haven't seen today's episode. Loki came out literally 2 hours ago.
Mhm.
So if we don't include that, you're looking at about an hour and a half of time you need to even catch up. You're telling me out of the last 3 weeks, you couldn't have found an hour and a half of time.
No, I could have. I just
Yeah,
didn't.
let me ask the next question, Matt. How many Rocket League matches did you watch?
Honestly, 0. There hasn't been anything.
Oh, BS on that one.
I
Oh,
promise.
BS.
I promise.
I
There's
lie.
nothing's going on. It's the off season. I mean, I could technically
Oh, there's a lot
call
going on.
it
Like,
collegiate
Loki-
Rocket League is on, but I'm not really not into it. But
Disappointing.
I told you that there's literally no good excuse other than I forgot about it, went to Mexico, and then this week's been busy with work.
Crickets.
So week one, you forgot about it. I'll give you that because I think
Yeah, it happens.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know it was coming out the day it came out.
Yeah, we
I'll
didn't know
give you
until
that.
he came over to my house, and I was like, "Yo, you watch Loki?" And he's like, "To be honest, I just forgot that it came out." And I was like, "Me too. I haven't watched it yet."
Yeah, I didn't
And
realize
last
it came
week
out
you were on
until
vacation?
Mexico. Last week, yeah.
Till when?
We got back Saturday.
That's good enough time. You know what I mean?
That's almost a week. Anyway, so we'll move on from that. That's like, even how was your 3 weeks?
Oh man, my 3 weeks are cool. I'm glad Andrew called out. I think it was last weekend because it was my wife's anniversary. Me and
Just
my
your
wife.
wife's?
Yeah, just my wife's. Me and my wife's anniversary. So we celebrated on Thursday. It was great. Got some steak, twice baked potato, sautéed mushrooms,
Where'd
some
you guys
baked
go?
brie. We
Fleming's?
went to the we go to the keg. Keg's our anniversary, and then our Valentine's Day is prime.
Not like
um,
Ruth Chris? Ruth Chris? You ever been there?
It's Ruth's Chris.
Ruth's Chris? Whatever it is, it's hard to say.
Yeah, it is. That's why I didn't repeat it. No, I haven't been there. It just everybody who I don't know how to say this without maybe offending people, but people who like I really don't take their consideration in for food. I'm probably not the guy you want to talk to about consideration for food either.
Mm.
But people who I don't respect, they'll tell me it's bomb, and I'm like, not going. You know what I mean? Like, so it's hard for me to go there. Every time I want to go there, I think about those people and I don't go. But like Matt's a foodie, but Matt's never been like, yo, you have to hit it up. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
So
would
that's
tell
why
you don't go, but it is really good. But you're like, it's like $250 for 2 people.
That price
Oh, yeah.
Shula's is much better.
Yeah. So on average, when we go to Shula's on our anniversary, we drop about $300.
But you said you would go to the keg.
No, I go for. I'm sorry, for Valentine's Day. We go to the Prime, and then we go to Keg for our anniversary. The reason we go there is because when we moved to Phoenix, it was our first spot that we found that was like a steakhouse. So we every year we go there. But, yeah, man, it was good.
I mean,
I got to
better than,
catch up on. I got to catch up on Loki. Matt, did you catch up on Loki? I caught up on Loki because
Even the day it came out, I watched it on I was like,
me
oh
too.
my gosh, this is coming out today.
I
I
literally
made time. I made time in my calendar to make
I
sure that
did not know it came out until Wednesday
cool.
of last week.
I wanted to make sure the duties that I have to this podcast were fulfilled properly.
Wednesday of last week.
Even through a 3-week vacation that we all didn't have.
Yeah, I even actually did homework and rewatched reviews of Loki just to make sure I was caught up. I'll send those to you, Andrew, so you can do some homework when you get some free time. But it was pretty good, man. I've been playing COD, been playing a little bit of Valorant, got a little better, got my first or second kind of double ace in the game, so I was like stoked on that. And right now I'm just been chilling, enjoying work, and playing some Call of Duty. But that's pretty much it, man. What about you, Matt? What have you been up to, man?
Well, watching Loki, 1. 2, what have I been doing? Watching Loki. I'm starting to play Madden, FIFA. It's that time of the year where like I'm just tired of Call of Duty for now until I actually get the real Call of Duty coming out. So playing those 2 things, watching Loki, watching like a lot of YouTube again. Like every night I'm watching something on YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have anything much going on. My son turns one, 2 weeks, week and a half. So
Cool.
that flew by. We just had his birthday party. That was pretty cool, pretty fun.
That's cool. Yeah, it
My
came out
son.
really good.
Yeah, it was nice. Other than that, it's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. I mean, fantasy football's going good. I'm
Terrible.
positive in all leagues. I'm even in 1, 3-3, but positive in most leagues. So yeah, going good.
So, this might sound stupid. So, I've been trying to keep up with football because of a couple podcasts ago. So, we'll say like 5 weeks ago. I don't know where to watch it. Like, do I have to subscribe
there's a lot
to NFL?
there's a lot going on.
Is it locked down? Like, I was like,
Yeah. So, listen here, buddy. All right. Thursday, Amazon Prime.
yeah, I see that one.
Okay.
Or Twitch.
Or Twitch.
Mhm.
Sunday, you can only watch local games, so you can only watch the Cardinals, unless you have like some kind of subscription that'll let you watch other games. Or there's like usually 2 local games. Monday is ESPN, always. That's it.
If I have ESPN Plus, can I watch that?
It doesn't really do anything for you to have a Plus.
No, Plus
for
doesn't.
football.
You actually can't watch it on Plus.
Hmm.
Plus does not include like the Plus does not include what ESPN would air on a normal cable subscription. They're not. They're
Just the ESPN app then?
Yeah, if you use the ESPN app and you have a cable subscription, do you have cable?
I don't, but that's not.
Do you have a login? If you have a login, you can log into your provider on ESPN's app. Then you can watch the main ESPN channel.
Yeah.
All
or
right.
if you just have red zone. Like
I know.
those
I was like,
long boys.
I felt like years prior, like it was easier to find games. Like even like through the like with Verizon and the NFL app, I was able to watch like games like it was not hard to do at all. But it's like feels like
Yeah.
super locked down now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube has it. YouTube, Google don't play. They have their deal on lock. They have Sunday Ticket now.
What's
going forward,
crazier than that, Andrew? This is the craziest. Football is bad to watch football, right? But for me, being new to soccer, it is driving me crazy on how many damn channels there are
Yeah,
for like one league. I'm like, I have to download 7 apps to
different
watch
apps. Mhm.
one league play. It drives me crazy, dude.
But
Like,
is that because it's international?
I guess so. You have to talk to Matt about that because I have
it's
no
the
idea.
same. It's the same partnership, right? So like NBC, Universal, they own all the Premier League stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The problem
what I
is there's such a demand for the Premier League, and teams. Okay, so NBC only has 2 channels, right? At the end of the day, they have the NBC channel, and then they have like a Spanish version of it. So in order to, it's really NBC's fault. In order to combat that, they put the other games on Peacock, but then also they decide to split some of the games up into the NBC app instead of Peacock. That NBC app and Peacock situation should just be merged. There shouldn't be an NBC app and Peacock. There should be an
Yeah.
NBC tab in Peacock.
Right.
That would
makes
cover
sense.
all that. So that's more of like a development issue, like from like
Yeah.
the software side of things.
I should just
But
call
there's
you.
nothing.
Fix
There's
it for 'em.
nothing. There's no issue per se. They just have it that way for some reason.
It just gets annoying because you'll like 3 weeks, you're like Peacock app, you open it up and you're ready to watch. And it's like you have to download this weird ass app to
NBC
watch
Sports
this
or
game.
whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like, dude, every other week it's something different, man. Driving me crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
It is annoying.
Yeah,
Extremely
yeah,
annoying.
yeah, definitely. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. We have quite a bit. Obviously, we're not gonna get through all of it, but an important one I think we need to start with because it's been 3 weeks is Ahsoka. So Ahsoka did finish. Everyone saw it. People had their reactions to it. I didn't see a lot of negative or positive. I just saw kind of like neutral reactions. I was happy with the ending, but before I give my take on it, let's get into it with you two. Steven, give me your opinion on the Ahsoka show as a whole, and then the last episode, however order you want to do it in.
I'll do it the way you broke it down. I think the last episode wasn't the greatest episode, but I think it's the best. It's the ending we needed, but not the ending I wanted to say. I would have loved to figure out what happened to certain people. And if you haven't watched it by now, 3 people who are watching this, that's your fault. It's been 3 weeks. There's some loose ends, and I was breaking that down with Matt the other day when we were talking. I love the show. It really put my faith back into Star Wars TV shows after Boba Fett.
Mando 3.
Mando 3. Yeah. Thank you for telling me about that one.
Reopen.
I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not talking about, I know we haven't been on the show for 2 weeks or whatever, but I feel like I'm none of my friends, none of the people I'm talking to, nobody's talking about the show. And I know it's been 3 weeks, but like 3 days after it was over, I don't know. I'm excited for it, but I just feel like it just died. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same?
Yeah, kind of. I feel like there hasn't been a Star Wars show that has. There are very seldom shows that don't have a guaranteed season 2 in general that last much talk of the town after the initial last week. Like as influential as Game of Thrones is, as soon as the last episode came out, about a month after, nobody talks about Game of Thrones nowadays either. That's just kind of how it is. So unless there's like a guaranteed season 2 to be announced, which probably is going to be with how we saw it, then it might not get much talk. But I feel like every like quote unquote mini series until it's guaranteed a season 2 was the same way, whether it was good or not. Like Mando season 1, I feel like, as great as that show was, after a month, it was like, all right, on to the next thing. It's just the internet nowadays, I think. Especially with like things around the corner, and the actor delays. like it's hard to promote a show when the actors can't promote it, right? So there's no like
Facts.
there's no actor interviews, there's no actor, director, writer think pieces, like that kind of stuff. There's none of that is there because of these strikes. So it just makes it more difficult to like promote it even before or especially post. Like
Yeah,
when
that's
there's a
true.
way to explain how it was written or explain what the thought was behind the scene, that's not going to happen for this whole gap of shows that we have with these strikes going on. But Andrew,
Yeah.
get to you. Give us your review of both the show and the
Um,
episode.
Yeah, so the show definitely one of the stronger Star Wars shows. I still stand behind. I said this a few weeks ago that I think this was a good learning opportunity for Dave Filoni. I think he did a lot of things really well. I think there's some things that like he's got to go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, maybe I don't need to include everybody from Rebels or most everybody from Rebels. R.I.P. Zeb.
Yeah, right.
Like you gave us everybody but Zeb. Come on.
Yeah.
So something that I still just kind of get hung up on is I felt like there, and again, we're going to spin wheels over this, but I feel like there was a lot of Hera stuff that really didn't need to be in there. Like they could have put more time to other things that were really cool. And obviously 20, like knowing now that Ray Stevens is passed on, like that puts it in a different perspective. I understand that, but I think he had something really special with that character and could have gone a little bit like more about into that character. So I hope that continues because I think that was definitely a standout of the show. One of the things that I had to get really used to was just kind of like the lack of acrobat skills that Rosario Dawson kind of brought to it. But I really started to appreciate like the samurai sword play that they had because that was kind of cool. It was different. But I had to tell myself like, okay, it's you can't be expecting like the same acrobatic, just all over the place Ahsoka that we know from Clone Wars, Rebels.
She's old.
Yeah, she's older. It's a different place. I definitely felt like the Anakin was the right amount of Anakin. Like we didn't need him to come in and steal the show. So I thought that was done really well. As far as the final episode goes, I feel like it was okay. There's a lot of things that didn't seem to make like sense from a perspective of they are happy to be left behind. Like that felt weird to me a little bit that they kind of had lost the battle, but like at the end you have like Rosario Dawson and Sabine or Ahsoka and Sabine like putting their arms around each other like we're supposed to be here. Like it just kind of felt like the tone didn't really fit like what was going on versus like that's a really good cliffhanger would have been like they're trapped and now what are they going to do? But it just didn't feel that way. It was okay. If I was to give like a number rating for the last episode, probably like 7. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah, I could agree with that. That's a good number.
What about the overall show?
Overall show, probably 7.5, 8.
Fair enough.
I give it an 8. I get to give 8.5 on that one on the show.
Fair enough. I had no issues with anything in the last episode. The lightsaber duel is one thing, but I didn't expect an older Ahsoka to be doing what she used to do in her teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the blade of Talzon, I forgot to mention that. That was kind of cool.
the blade.
Again, that actually was pretty tight.
Broke Ahsoka's sword to get her a whole new blade, which I thought was pretty cool. The Sabine thing where she force pushed Ezra was very cool as well, and her staying behind after her flip switched, and it was very proactive. Right, she went from wanting to be with Ezra the whole time to then being able to let Ezra go and
Mhm.
stay
Yeah.
where she needs to be. So that was cool. Balin, although it was really, really, really short, I thought it was the coolest part of the whole episode. Obviously, uh,
Yeah, I feel like that was the thing that was like left me wanting more. I was like, give me
I like it.
more, give me
I like it.
more.
Just the
Hey,
amount, just the right amount.
So can I ask you a question? And you get I don't we don't have to get on it too much, but do you feel like there was a lot that was cut from the episode?
I
Do you
know.
feel,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like I don't know. I feel like there's some there was some like maybe time wise, but I feel like there was something just cut from the episode that showed a Balin or something else. I feel like is missing. You know what I mean? I feel like towards the end it just jumped really fast into the ending, and I feel like I was like, man, I feel like I'm missing something here. I rewatched it to see if I felt that way, and at the end of it, I felt like that again. I was like, dude, I feel like something is not. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know if it's necessarily that you're feeling it's from getting cut. I think
Mhm.
it's from you didn't get closure of what
Yeah,
his
maybe that's
purpose
it.
was.
Which
Like,
is great.
Yeah, yeah, that
yeah,
is a good
it
point.
gives you an opportunity to obviously come back and revisit it, but
Well, at the end of the day, they're stuck on that island, and we now have Shin there, who's going to be leading the rebel people that clearly don't like Sabine or Ahsoka now.
I hope she goes crazy.
And then we're going to have Balin still on the island as well, doing whatever he's doing. So it lays a clear foundation for what season 2 is going to be about, at least for the first half of it, which is them. There has to be some kind of antagonist thing going on where they're stuck at. So, like, if they just wrapped up Balin's story and Shin's story, then there'd be no antagonist approach to them being stuck there, which is important.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially for I think it's going to be happening with Balin and Ahsoka eventually. I think having that opportunity to like possibly bond and come to terms with each other is important, and I think Filoni knew that. And if he would have just wrapped it up and was done with it, then the opportunity wouldn't be there for that. And being stuck on the island would be a lot worse than being stuck alone.
it's a
Yeah,
galaxy stuck in a complete different galaxy.
Well, they're on a planet at the end of the day.
Galaxy.
So yeah, that's what I think. I mean,
yeah, I can see that. That makes sense too.
and there was nothing more that they could have done with Balin or Shin to progress the story or like even add anything to it.
Mhm.
Like I don't care to see Balin walking for a long time to find the temple.
What is this? Lord of the Rings? Come on.
Like at the end of the day, all we know is that he found the temple. And if you watch Filoni shows in the past and Rebels, you know what the temple's all about. It's like, what more do you want from Balin there? And then Shin just is like a lost puppy, and she's trying to find her home. So, like, it just there was no other way to do it, and also keep Thrawn the focus as well.
That's where, like I said, I think there was just a lot of different characters coming in, to where I think that's part of Dave Filoni's learning is he had a lot going on with a lot of different arcs. Dial it back a little bit, kind of play the long game.
It's gonna be even worse, I think. It's gonna be even worse.
Yeah.
To answer Drizzy's question, no, it didn't. The story didn't finish because he died. He died after production had wrapped up. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if they do like a recast or.
I hope.
It's hard.
Nope. CGI him.
Deep fake
no
it.
Offense to him. No, not just CGI. Don't even got to deep fake it. Anyways, pushing on to the next topic of conversation. Again, 3 weeks going on now. Andrew, I don't care if you've seen it or not. We're talking about it. I don't care if you mute. I don't care what you do. This is your fault, no one else's. There isn't much to spoil, anyways, to be honest with you. But Loki's out. Loki's out. Gentlemen, it is. I'm gonna just say it. It's freaking beautiful. It's majestic. It's amazing. It picked up right where it left off, and it's just as good as it was in the first season, if not, in my opinion, a little better. So
how's the music? Is the music good?
It's the same music.
Yes.
Which is how it should be. That Loki theme song, fire.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to disagree with Matthew on this one, because it is definitely better than the first one. The acting in it, I'm loving it. I'm loving the new characters. I'm loving how they built on characters that we got introduced in the first season. and giving them more of a role. Amazing. The guy, I can't remember his name. The guy who works at the
Ouroboros.
Oh no! That guy's hilarious. That guy's funny. But the desk guy,
Yes.
remember when he's like with all the Infinity
yeah,
Stones
yeah.
in it,
Yeah.
and he's like, you have all those? He's like, yeah, but they're useless. And he kind of like throws them in.
Mhm.
That I can't remember his name in the show, but he's hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
He's
he's pretty
funny.
good.
It's not over the like. It's not too funny. It's just it has me. I'm loving the story because I thought that with this whole multi madness universe thing happening, that there was just going to get too much. And in 1-2 episodes, boom, answered all the questions. I'm stoked. I'm loving the world building. The world building's amazing. I'm hearing nothing but good things about this new episode that came out. I'm loving it. I really hope the MCU grabs this and runs with that momentum and gives us something to capitalize on that. But Loki right now is probably Loki 2 is probably behind
So,
Loki 1.
let's talk about that part real quick because you guys have both voiced the opinion that the MCU is going the wrong direction and that Secret Wars and King Dynasty could be bad. The guy writing both of those is the guy that's writing Loki. Does that change your mind at all with these 2 seasons that came out about the possible direction of those 2 movies specifically?
I don't think I ever said anything regarding those 2 movies. I thought we had said that there's going to be a lot of filler until those movies, and then those movies are going to start the upward momentum.
So I criticize both not King Dynasty because King Dynasty is a lot of people don't know the story of King the Conqueror. So there's multiple ways of telling that story. I was heavy in the criticism about Secret Wars, and Matt could because I always vent about it. I hate when movies or shows use a famous name of something and then I hate that. Civil War should have just
use
been
it as like a prop to
to get people
up
in the seats. Now, if Matt's right and he says the writer is the same as from Loki, gonna write King the Dynasty and Secret Invasions, I'm breathing a little easier that there's going to be some hope. With the writer strike going on right now, the actor strike going on right now, I think the writer is more the writer of what's coming out is going to be more important than the actors in these movies.
The writer strike is over. The actor strike is over.
The actor one is right,
but the writers are in the clear. Yeah,
I feel like you can make that argument like with anything that the actor can do a great job acting, but if the writing's terrible, it's still terrible.
Yeah, 100%. So I think that they got too heavy in the names instead of the story. I'm thankful for everything they've given us. I think it's been amazing, but I want to get back to this kind of story. Loki, where I'm waiting to watch it next week. I'm waiting to bring it up. Like when Matt walks into the house, the first thing I do is fire off because I'm so excited to talk about it. When the last Scroll movie and all these other things that came out, it was just Matt would go, "Hey, did you watch that?" Yeah, nah, I didn't really watch it. Oh, okay, cool. And we just kind of walked off. This Loki got me buzzing, got me talking, got me rewatching things. So I'm happy with where it's going. Actors killed it, man. They perfect, dude. Story even better. I'm loving it right now.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm trying to figure out a way to word this. They kind of let the handcuffs off Loki. Like he's using his powers again, and like in a Loki way. There's a chase scene in the second episode where he's chasing like the main antagonist of that episode, and throughout the entire scene, it's just mischievous things, duplicate Lokis, using the shadows to capture people. Yeah. When the guy runs and Loki just like appears out of nowhere. So it's just the Loki powers back as well. And then even like when Mobius walks up and he thinks he knows which one's the real Loki, but then when they phase back to the real one, he's like, "Oh, I'm the wrong Loki." So even now he can't recognize the mischief anymore. So you're getting Loki back to his roots, which I love. They're making him a true anti-hero now.
Yeah, really good.
There isn't like a I have to do this to like the last one was his pride, right? I have to do it to reestablish my pride and show my dominance as the best Loki. This one is like I want to be a good person, but I'm gonna do it the Loki way. and it's
That's a good
showing
point.
it's showing very, very well that like I'm gonna rescue everybody, but I'm gonna make sure that like I do what I can do to rescue everybody. Like there's no kind of like a Punisher style thing where if I have to get my hands dirty, I'll get my hands dirty. But at the end of the day, I want to do the right thing.
Yeah, it gets
So
brought up multiple times too in this
the
last
second
episode.
especially.
Yeah, they talk about it. He even
Mhm.
mentions it. He's saying that he's back. You know what I mean? So I thought that was cool. Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes me root for him.
This show reestablishes my hope in the MCU for sure. Mainly everything to do with Kang. You know, I don't know like if I'm super excited for like Captain America: New World Order because of this show, but everything to do with
Mhm.
Kang specifically, I'm very
Mhm.
excited for now. They haven't even shown Kang, and the amount of things they've done with Kang and his name in the first episodes still like puts the fear of God in you for Kang. Like, imagine the first half of Ant-Man, like before you saw Kang fight or whatever,
Mhm.
and like how they talked about him. Imagine that like on steroids. Like Loki has, and it's different because Loki's seen him already, and he's like mortified of Kang, and like, yeah, the first episode where how it picks up like immediately and how panicky he is, it's like, wow, this guy is really. If Loki is this scared of him, Loki, the guy who tried to kill Thanos with a knife,
Mhm.
then like he's a real deal kind of guy.
Yeah, that gets overlooked too.
Yeah.
Because when he comes back, you see the panic on Loki's face because you come back from right when Sophie pushes him. That's where it starts, and like some crazy stuff happens, and
Immediate.
immediately it gets hot, like it goes.
There's no ramping up. It's like you're full speed already.
Like you know, like in Harry Potter when they know Voldemort's back and everybody's like shitting bricks, and people are like, "No, he's not back yet." He's like in a panic like that, like
Yeah.
he's telling people he's coming, and
Mhm.
people were like, "Come on, man, what are you talking about? You're going crazy." And it's that first episode, you're just like until he shows them, that's when everybody kind of stops and's like, "Yo, he's telling the truth. Like this is nuts." And that's one of the things that a lot of people who are breaking down these episodes are not putting into perspective that or putting out there that Loki was panicking. And remember, wait, did this Loki see Thanos? Or
Mhm.
this is
Yeah.
the Loki that saw Thanos?
wait.
Technically, no. Technically,
No,
no.
this
Hold
is
on. Hold on.
this
Wait,
is
wait,
New
wait,
York
wait, wait.
Loki,
Whoa,
right?
hold on. Loki in New York did see Thanos. He got the stone from Thanos.
Well, yeah, but he's not the same one that tried to kill
Trying to kill Loki.
with the
Yeah.
knife.
No. But he knows who Thanos is.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. So it's pretty intense, dude. Like the first episode, he's panicking, you know.
Panicking.
Yeah, and there's some cool stuff that happens, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
big time.
It's a good show. There's, I don't know where the crazy part is, like, I don't really know like where it's going or where it's heading. I just know Kang's gonna be in at some point. Miss Minutes probably gonna be in at some point. And they're probably gonna explore how Ravonna and Kang came to be. So yeah, it was good. I'm excited for it. Episode 3 tonight. Andrew, please catch up, please. You're doing yourself a disservice.
I think I can do it. I think I can do
anything
it.
else that you're watching, it's not as good as this. I promise you that.
I'm not telling you, I'm not watching anything.
So
I'm loving the way they're ending episodes too, Andrew. It's not like it's like if you go back and watch it, pay attention to how they're ending the episode. Whoever's doing the cliffhangers or like this is where we end is doing amazing job because I'm right at the edge of like what's going on next, what's about to happen, and then boom, it ends, and you're just like, you see the credit come up, and you're just like, oh man.
I've proactively desired a post-credit scene from both the first episodes, thinking like I thought the ending was like not what's the word, like it was a perfect ending, but like too perfect. Like, okay, give me the post-credit now, because like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there was no post credit. No, spoiler alert for that.
Should have told me.
Yeah, man, it's good. Really good.
Right.
This is a very clear example that I hope Star Wars takes with them for season 2s. A clear example of characters are established and who they are. Keep it rolling in that same direction with the same characters. Don't change them. Don't try and reestablish a foundation. Keep it pushing.
Yeah, dude, and listen to the fans. The
except for Boba Fett, you can change that character.
Oh yeah, definitely control delete that guy.
Looking at you, season 3 Mando. Looking at you, Book of Boba Fett. Looking at you, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, true.
Fundamentally changing the characters.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
ridiculous.
go
All right, so sticking on the MCU topic, just briefly, very, very, very brief, just like a quick 30 seconds to 1 minute explanation from both you guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but in Endgame, when Tony snaps his fingers and he dies, that date is October 17th, 2023. So officially, Tony Stark has passed away, and Thanos no longer has existed in our mindset, so we don't even know who he is. Yeah, salute to our fallen brother. With Tony Stark's death signifying the end of an era, which is that of the Infinity Saga, did the MCU die with it? Andrew, give me your thoughts.
I don't think so. I think that story concluded, and they're having a hard time getting a new story figured out. But I wouldn't say that it died. No. I think they have to do things a little bit differently and not try to repeat that same formula. But no, I don't think it. I don't think it died. I think it was a really good way to conclude a saga, if you will.
Okay, Steven.
So good that Star Wars Episode 9 ripped it off.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew. I think they needed to end it. They ended it on a good note. People who grew up with it can close that chapter and they can walk away from the MCU and be totally fine. I can understand it if you grew up with it. I think we did do a little bit of a dip because of the high, you know what I mean? And I think they just never recuperated from that dip. I don't think it's going down. I just don't think it's projected up until that fresher breath air that was Loki. It kind of gave it a little bit of hope and then sent back down onto that dip.
Let me ask this question. Do you think maybe it was a little bit of like a calculated, like, all right, we gotta let off the gas like a little bit? Because I mean, if it's like,
what do you mean, like the start of this of this next song? I think
everything after Infinity War. Everything after Infinity War.
I think we're just so used to post Avengers, the first Avengers film, right? We were so used to like the amount of hype and stuff that we had post Avengers for every film that we're not used to reestablishing a foundation that the films are built on. The first 3 MCU films, or the first 4, whatever it was, before Avengers, established a foundation for Avengers to run, and then Avengers established another foundation for the rest of the movies to run off of as well.
True.
I think we're just being impatient. Granted, it has been a long time since Endgame. Endgame's been out. It's been out for 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
2019, right? That's what it was.
No. Before that, let me see.
It was 2019 because it was 2018 with Infinity War.
Perfect. So 2019. So it's been 4 years. The establishing foundation is still getting established, and they have to make it last through TV shows. The next crossover film just I don't want to say it's too far away because it's only 2 years away, but 6 years is kind of a long time for.
I think we're also too. I think Matt makes a good point about all the movies coming out, because after the first one tied into the next one and then the next one and the next one, when we saw Thor's hammer in the middle, which movie was it, Matt? We saw Thor's hammer in the
Captain America.
Character in Captain America. Once we got spoon-fed that, hey, this movie's connected to this movie and that movie and that movie, we all, because I do it all the time, I'm like, how does this play out into the universe? We all assumed that they play back off of each other. You know what I mean? Like, for the longest time, we couldn't figure out how Moon Knight is in this universe.
Or if he's in this universe.
Or if he is even in this universe. Like, does he have to be in this universe? No. It's still a great story without him being in the universe. An amazing story. But I think we got so jaded at the fact of we wanted it to tie to everything. And then I also think that they looked back at it and was like, look at all the money we can make with all the stuff we sold. You know what I mean? I think they were just like shooting out movies, shows left and right. And a lot of the secret sauce got lost. And they gave us way too much and things weren't connecting the dots. And I think the fans went in there thinking, hey, it needs to connect. The director, the owners were trying to make money. And I think that's where we lost the organic, you know what I mean, storytelling of the MCU. And it looks like they're getting back to it. I'm still going to critique the shit out of them until we get some constant.
Because Iger's back.
Yeah, and it could be. It could be. I don't know. But I just hope they see Loki and run forward with that momentum.
Yeah, I think the difference that we're looking at, like with the connecting points, is not the actual movie; it's the post credit scenes, which like at the end of the day, the Captain America film, like even though we saw the hammer, that post credit scene had literally nothing to do with that film whatsoever. The reference to that
Zero.
post credit scene is actually in Iron Man 3. So like,
Oh yeah.
so it doesn't connect to that movie, which I in a way, except for like the one with Edward Norton, the Hulk, where like Stark comes into play and asks, that's one thing. But like these post credit scenes
It
didn't
was just a
connect.
nugget.
Yeah, for the not even for the next, just for the next movie.
Mhm.
I think the difference here is that one, it's such a vast amount of multiverse out there that the connecting point should be apparent, and it's Kang. Um, at the end of the day, all these films lead to Kang, and whether you see it or not right now, there are foundational works being used to lead to Kang. So, like in Shang-Chi, for example, the rings that outdated all of time, pretty much. That's going to be a direct correlation to Kang at some point in time, in my opinion, where Kang placed those things as beacons to find for some reason. So, like those things that might not connect now, I think they're going to all make sense, post Kang Dynasty. And if we go back and watch it, we can see those nuggets a little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
Almost like as if Kang was like actually, I'm trying to figure out the way to say it, like almost as if Kang is like a real person, like real life, putting nuggets in there for us to see. But until we see him completely, we don't see those nuggets anyway.
Yeah, I think like a good example
is
is
go
like,
back in time, we can see the nuggets and be like, oh, that's dang, that was Kang, kind of a thing.
Like
it's more strategic.
Far From Home, where you see like all these people that were in Tony Stark's life that weren't really like a focal point of the movies, but were there. And then it was like, okay, here's their motive. I always really like that part, and I think that's kind of what you're saying is there's going to be all these almost little Easter eggs of Kang that it's like his reveal moment is he's like, I've been here the whole time. You guys just haven't been smart enough to see it.
Well, if we think about it like from that standpoint, like Multiverse of Madness, No Way Home, and the end of WandaVision, right? Like the Stronghold thing and her breaking the multiverse for the first point in time. Like we thought those were 3 separate events. Because Peter did this, multiverse broke. Because Strange did this, multiverse broke. Because Wanda did this, multiverse broke. And everybody stop. Kang did this. Therefore, in those 3 films, the multiverse broke and caused those films to happen. That's what I think they're setting up. Something like that, where it's like, I get you guys think this is like a one-off thing of each other, but if you look at Kang being the focal point, then these 3 films don't even happen unless Kang happens in the first place. And I think they're building to that kind of like thing of like everything that's happened these last X amount of years in the MCU world only happens because of this right here that Kang's about to do that you guys haven't seen yet. And I think people are just, I think to the point of what you said, Steven, like they were spoon fed for so long. This is the complete opposite of it, where it's like you guys are gonna have to wait, and people are just getting impatient with it. But
and what's crazier is that they're actually answering this question in episode 2 of Loki.
Yeah,
with all the things that go on and all the things. Like now, after watching episode 2, Andrew, of Loki, you're gonna understand why Kang was where he was at and what he was doing, and it makes so much more sense on why they were doing certain things. And man, it makes the MCU look really good, but it also highlights some of the bad episodes that are just like, or shows that were just like, man, you look terrible right now. You know what I mean? But
yeah. So a topic to discuss, I'll table it this week and we'll talk about it next week. So you guys give you a little bit of time to think about it. But just a preview for next week. Next week, we're going to talk about how Secret Wars has been rumored to serve as a soft reboot for the MCU. So we'll talk about that next week just because, kind of run low on time, talk about some other stuff. But it's just a little tidbit. Think about that, guys. And then next week when we get to it, we'll have a discussion about that. So pushing on to the Marvel topic, but not TV or movies. Gentlemen, Spider-Man 2 is out tonight. Literally out in 20 minutes. Out in 20 minutes. I do not own a PS5, so I'm not playing it tonight. But if I did, I would. And I'm strongly considering buying a PS5 just for this game.
Your sister's selling hers, so.
Yeah, that's what she said. But I mean, I don't have it's not like a cash flow thing. You know what or like a Best Buy financing thing. But anyways, so games came out. Gentlemen, did we ever play the first one? Maybe one of you guys have an Xbox, or both have an Xbox. So did we play that or
played the
Miles
first one.
Morales?
I played the first Spider-Man. I didn't play Miles Morales.
Did you watch any gameplay? Did you watch any gameplay?
Yeah, I watched you play Miles Morales, Matt. I think at one time at the house, and then I watched some gameplay. So that's where I'm at with it. What about you, Andrew?
I've seen some skins. That's about it.
So you haven't seen it at all. Perfect.
Nope.
Well, the focal point really isn't the game, although it's going to be damn good. I already know that for sure. I am interested to see if the story plays out the way people think it's going to be, which is like Peter turning into like the bad guy eventually, and then Miles, quote unquote, saving him or having to defeat him or whatever.
Do you think there's an opportunity to have like a good ending, bad ending, like where you choose to save Peter, good ending, you choose to fight Peter, bad ending?
No, I don't think so.
No.
That'd be pretty cool though, for like achievement wise. If you're trying to go for trophies, that'd be cool. But
it would be a good thing. It would have been a good thing to tease and like for sales. They would have announced something like that, or like they would have announced like your decisions change the game, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no idea, like mechanics wise, like how things play out. So
yeah, but honestly, the real reason why I bring it up is because today is also, you guys didn't know, Batman Arkham Asylum's birthday. Also a damn good game.
One of the greatest games ever made, dude. That game is amazing.
And I'm going to say a statement. I want to know if you guys agree with it or not. Okay? Here's a statement. All right. Batman Arkham Asylum walked so Spider-Man could run. Similar open world game. Similar kind of like in-depthness of the, what's the word? Like, it's like surreal. The immersion aspect of it. Do we agree with that statement? Or do we think that there really isn't a ton of correlation between the two of them?
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Did you play Arkham Asylum, Andrew?
No.
That makes perfect sense. So, Matt, did you beat Arkham Asylum?
I didn't beat it, but I played it.
So, coming from the guy who...
Arkham Knight I beat, though.
Yeah, so I've beaten all three of the Batmans. Didn't play Origin because at that time I didn't have an Xbox. I think I had only an Xbox One, and it wasn't compatible or something like that. Arkham Asylum is a game that I didn't think was going to be good until I downloaded it. It was like on sale or on like, it was like the first time games were going digital on Xbox 360 and you could just buy it straight from there. And I got a gift card and I bought it and I played that first. I had like an hour before work. So I sat down to play, left, and I was mad that I went to work. The story, the universe it's in, there is thousands of Easter eggs in that one game alone. That there was an Easter egg in that game talking about the next game coming out that nobody found. They had to give it away pretty much. They told somebody where to find it and it showed the next game. And it was, it's an amazing game, amazing story, amazing the writing, you know when you play games and you have to hit the button to get through the line, like when people are talking and you're just like, come on. That game does not make you want to do that. You want to listen. And it's one of the only games I play with closed captions on because you hear other parts of the story from the guards, the prisoners. You walk up behind somebody and it's a totally different game just by listening. But I do agree with Matt. I think if that game wouldn't have succeeded.
Is it the same studio?
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Not
so.
even close.
Oh, it's just.
But there's also
concept similar.
I think there's a PlayStation 2 Spider-Man game that people love.
There's a lot.
And there's a Spider-Man
2.
Is it Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3?
2.
One of the
No, it's 2.
That people
that's not the best one though.
Yeah, but there's one of them. I can't remember.
which 2 was
Edge of Time is like the best Spider-Man game.
I think I might be thinking about that one. I think
Miguel O'Hara.
I think that game. Oh yeah, they had the really cool artwork in the front of it. It's like his mask, isn't it? I think that game and Batman, they lifted this Spider-Man game up because that game too. I think that's when they mastered Spider-Man being able to go through the city and it didn't look like he was just literally shooting webs straight into the air. You know what I mean? They actually gave it a direction, and I think those two games, Batman and Spider-Man, I think they walked so this Spider-Man can run. I can easily say that.
Yeah, I agree. I think without that game, not I wouldn't say this game wouldn't be possible or like wouldn't be a thing, but like definitely like the open worldness of it and like the movement of it, and like it's one of those things where like you played Spider-Man games before in the past, but like this one just is clearly set apart. I can't explain how, it just is clearly set apart from it. That's how that Batman game was for any other open world game, period, not just like a Batman game. So like I think that aspect of like, wow, you can get super surreal with, like, you can get super in depth to the detail of how this character is supposed to play out, and it translates really well to like video games. I think that wouldn't be discovered without Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. I also want to tip my hat to the PlayStation's Infamous. That game also made a way for this game to be the Good fact game. That it was so out of this world where you were just flying over the city and then boom, turn into electricity, go through a pipe and come out. I also think that movement helped this Spider-Man game get to where it was at. I don't know if it's the same studio, but it feels and looks very similar. Yeah, good game.
So on the gaming topic, Modern Warfare 3 beta just ended.
Andrew, did you play it?
I know for sure Andrew played it. I know 1,000% he did. Because everything else we talked about so far today, he's 100% been a part of. So I know for sure played Modern Warfare 3, right?
I did not, but I watched the Modern Warfare Next event.
Call of Duty.
The Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty Next event.
Wait, how long was it? Wait, how long was the event?
I don't know. I watched it.
Like the whole thing?
Maybe not the whole thing, but like
snippets. What did you watch? You watched like the main channel?
I guess so. I don't know. I just watched it. It said
the profile you clicked on to watch. What did it say?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I don't remember
so the main Call of Duty channel.
Okay, so did you get through all the aspects of like what's coming out in the new game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So you're telling me you wasted an hour watching Call of Duty that you don't like, but you couldn't watch damn Loki? Something that we talk about every damn week.
There's the hour we're talking about.
Here was the one victory I thought I was gonna get and say I'm excited. I might buy this game, and then you guys go and dump on my face.
No, go for it, man. I'm just playing. I had to do it.
No,
that you got where I was going.
That's all I was gonna say. Is it seems cool. Matt knows I do like zombies. I'm pretty excited for this open world zombies.
Me too.
It seems like a cool aspect. I think they missed the ball in calling it DM Zombies, just like a little play on DMZ, like same concept but DM Zombies. But that's just me. Modern Warfare MW Zombies.
It's a good thing you're not a creative director at Activision.
Yeah, apparently. No, but it seems like it'll be the first Call of Duty I've purchased since Cold War.
It's good to hear. Welcome to the Call of Duty team.
Mm-hmm.
You actually played it, Steven, so give me your thoughts on
it. Maps. I played the OG maps. These maps look really good. I'm liking it. I'm old now, so the movement's kind of pissing me off. I wanted it to be faster. Now I want it to be slower. Now I want it to.
You're an old man.
I'm old man now. It's really good.
They're bringing back like slide canceling in this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of little movement tweaks they could do, and I think it's cool. I'm set in my ways now. I'm so used to like the slower pace that it's weird getting back to the fast pace. But I got to play it for like 2 days. It was amazing. I got mad because I couldn't customize my guns, but it's a beta. I got to relax. I think it played very well. There was some beta-ish issues. It kept getting kicked randomly, but it's beta. So, but if this is what they're going through, I'm excited for two things. I'm not really excited for Warzone. I'm going to play it because it's free. I'm excited for zombies. Zombies all day. Sign me up. And I'm very excited for Call of Duty Competitive League because I think the gunplay and I think the maps, I think this is going to be a really good season to watch. I think that's going to bring a lot of people around to COD Competitive this game.
Yeah. Let me adjust myself.
Hopefully me.
Put my headphones on quick.
All right, we're going to switch topics real quick. We're going to get into
get the micro close to me. Let me tell you something. You casuals who think you're good at the game are in a whole lot of trouble for me this year. You understand me? Y'all sitting in the corner, y'all listening to your headphones all the way turned up with your mix amp, thinking you're nice with it. You all about to get slapped by me this season. Let me just say that, all right? Listen, skill gaps are here again. Skill gaps are here again. It's all I cared about.
They are.
All right. There's movement. So you old men, sorry, Steven, are gonna get sliced and diced and get mad about, oh, he's hacking. Look how fast he's hacking. He must be hacking. He's going so fast. How do you know? You got sliced. All right, that's the first thing. All right. Second thing I'm gonna say. Dead silence is back, baby. You think you can sit in the corner and hear me? Oh my. You're done. You're toast. Hard point, I'm winning every single one now. Every single one. Control, I don't know. Hard point, I'm winning every single one. S&D, it's a wrap because you have to actually use your head now and not your ears. You bums.
That is true. That is
You
true. I
bums.
noticed that.
S&D is back. Number 3, mini map red dots are back. So if you are camping, even with those two things going on, I'm gonna see you in the corner anyway, and you're toast. I don't gotta check 30 quarters to enter into a room with the hard point. I can just check 1 or 2 now. It's so much better to clear rooms.
What is it?
Is it like a skin? Is it? Oh, okay. So once they shoot, it shows up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, put a silencer on your gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good.
That's one of the things that I'm really excited about this game. That just like on the OG Call of Duties, if you wanted to throw a suppressor, you're getting screwed on something else. You know what I mean? If you get a suppressor on, it's longer to kill the person. In this last Call of Duty, you could throw a suppressor on and kill somebody faster. I don't know how that's even a possible thing in the Call of Duty world, but you could. So I agree with Matt on this. I'm so glad. If you want to put suppressor on, go for it, but you're going to lose another perk. And I think
are dead.
I think that is key. Also, too, the only thing I'm nervous about is the toxic gameplay from OG COD players, like the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 days back in the day. You see people embarrass people with sniping. That is back. Like, I am talking about running into a room with people who have submachine guns, and you're able to shoot them before they can shoot you.
Quick scope.
No. There is one sniper that is semi-automatic that's like ridiculous, and you got it if you pre-ordered the game. If you didn't pre-order the game, you don't get it, which is the problem. So like in casual matches, that semi-automatic sniper was like super like broken, broken.
Bad.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some people with some broken controllers and headsets coming out real quick because a lot of the kids, I would say, who aren't used to getting annihilated like that.
Yes.
I think a lot of kids are going to be. There's going to be some 7 and 8 year olds.
Quit playing with my name. You're toast. You're done. Go back to Fortnite, you bums. Okay? This game isn't for you. Simple.
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 Like he's talking to me. I feel like he's talking to me.
No.
You know
Not anybody here.
No.
But just
for sure,
bro, people think they're so good and they're not. Like I'm telling you, all these handicaps they gave you guys are gone now, and you guys are toast. You're bronze at best, but here you are in plat 3 with me for some reason. I digress.
Really feel.
With that being said, the CDL season is going to be really good. The really good players are going to really separate themselves from the bad ones. So I think it's going to be a good year for the Call of Duty League season, especially for Optic, because we got Shotzzy, who is the movement king. Man. So movement's back, Shotzi's back, kind of a thing. But we'll talk about that.
Shotzi should just be on his own freaking team, man.
Shotzi's never going to be crazy, bro. I'm telling you.
It's going to be nasty. It's going to be highlight reel every match.
And there is some balance. I mean, there's some things competitively that I want to see. Like I want to see more than 2 guns this year. Like I want to have a way to like have multiple gun usage.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year it was just the same 2 guns. It was the Vaznev if you're a sub, and it was the Tech if you were the AR. And so it gets kind of stale quickly. I do want to see fresh maps. I'm hoping like every season there is a new map that's playable for ranked play, or for the competitive scene. But then even beyond that, there's one thing I'm really happy about, and it's the way they're treating their perks. And they made certain perks worth replacing dead silence for. So like that aspect could play out differently. So there's a perk where if you slide, you can ADS and you can aim in. But that perk replaces your dead silence perk. So if you're someone like Shotzzy who can like really use that perk and like go crazy with it, you're sacrificing your dead silence. On the flip side of it, if you're using dead silence, you're sacrificing the ability to have an edge on someone while you're sliding, especially with slide canceling coming back. Slide cancel is already hard enough to like, if you're not good enough to like adjust to it, it's hard enough to like aim. If someone's aiming at you while they're sliding and canceling, it gets even crazier. So that's going to be another piece of it that I'm excited to see. But then the one thing I'm concerned about, which I talked to Steven about already, is for the CDL scene and the competitive scene specifically. That's all I think about, if I'm being honest. There's no other specialist to use except for trophy. So there's going to be like 50 trophies every match, which means that grenades are going to be irrelevant. Makes it harder to break hills, stuff like that. So it could get like ugly quickly unless they bring something to combat that, like an EMP. But yeah, it looks good. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it too.
Yeah, I'm so excited for it that like I have a hard time playing MW2 now because like I just want that game to. That game is just so good compared to this one that like I just want to play that game. Not to say much because this game kind of sucks. Like when you think about it, like now that I played a good Call of Duty game, because there hasn't been a good Call of Duty game since MW19. Now that I played a good Call of Duty game, I'm mad that like this one is what I'm stuck with for another month or whatever. But yeah.
So I also want to piggyback off that. I don't know if you guys have been playing it, but Spawn is in the in the Battle Pass right now, and I wanted to be and get him, so I purchased the Battle Pass for $9. I think it's what it is. I didn't know this, but you have to pay another $30 to get the alternate skins of the Battle Pass that you already paid $9 for. I really hope the money grabbing kind of kicks back a little bit in this next game. I highly doubt that it does, but with Microsoft now being the owners of it, hopefully they can relax and not try to rob us every other second. Because
only for my Game Pass.
Yeah, I have Game Pass, so
yeah. Cool. So that's it for gaming. That's it for movies. Andrew, as much as I don't want to pivot to you because I know it's going to be about you are expert host of the day.
You know what it's going to be about?
Not host. Let me clarify. You're not the expert host. You're the expert topic today. Mm-hmm. So let's change that real quick. So what you got for us, man? It's been 3 weeks.
It has been 3 weeks, and in that 3 weeks, some crazy things have happened. But to start my topic off, let's stay on the Call of Duty focus for a little bit. So I know you guys look for updates. I'm assuming you guys read patch notes, updates, all that good stuff, right? So I want you to think if Call of Duty took something you loved out of the game, what would it be and how would it make you feel? Start with Matt. So they have to remove one thing that you love out of the game.
Like a literal thing?
Like they're just like, hey, X date, sorry, this is no longer going to be available to do.
Yeah, they've done it. It's red dots. The dumbest thing they've ever done in their life. And as soon as I heard it, I was pissed. Immediately pissed.
So do you think when they took red dots away, did that damage or did that cause people to stop playing the game completely? Like turn a fan base away?
Like you want like the actual like correct like statistical number answer?
I don't need the statistic. I'm just curious.
If Call of Duty wasn't Call of Duty, it would have. But since it is Call of Duty, it did not.
Okay. All right, Steven, what about you? What would be that thing that they would take away that would ruin it for you? Maybe cause you to uninstall and not play it ever again?
It is in Call of Duty too. I think it was Caldera when they took away your loadout. I think that's what it was, Matt. Remember when they took away loadouts when you played Warzone? I was like, oh, I have to play with this dog shit gray gun. Yeah, and it was just yeah, it made me not want to play because I was like, you stay alive until the loadout drops, get the loadout, start wiping people, and there was no loadout. So I was like, what the hell am I have these crap guns? I'm not gonna get to the final round and then get annihilated. Hard pass.
All right, so the reason I bring this up, we're gonna flip it back to my favorite conversation, good old Rocket League universe. Something very controversial happened. So on October 10th.
Can I guess it real quick?
Sure.
Did they get rid of flip resets?
No.
Oh, that was gonna be it.
On October 10th, the Rocket League status Twitter account posts on December 5th, 2023 at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Rocket League will be removing player-to-player trading. So they're just taking it completely out of the game. So the ability to trade items gone. What is interesting and what has been driving people insane is this Rocket League status account is like they post like server updates and like when things go down. Like it's not even like the main Rocket League Twitter account. So it's kind of like a backhand, like, okay, where's the communication? Then to make things worse, they send out a patch note with explaining, hey, if you want to learn more about the reason why, go to this. And I'm gonna post what the article says in Discord because it's only 2 sentences. And so why this is so huge is because within Rocket League, there is a huge following and side of the game where people don't even play. They're just there trading, making profit off of trades. There will be people on YouTube who go from nothing to a black market item or like a really expensive item. And this just like kills that side of the community completely. So what they said is we are making this change to align with Epic's overall approach to the game cosmetics and item shop policies. Where items aren't tradable, transferable, or sellable, this opens up future plans for some Rocket League vehicles to come to other Epic games over time, supporting cross-game ownership. That's it.
I see.
I call BS on this.
You think? What do you mean that they're not going to do it?
No, I think they're going to do it, but I don't think they're doing it for that reason. Epic just let go of 750,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to get money. They're figuring out how can we collect money and keep money in house. And then they realize, hey, there's a black market on skins. We could clip
Get
that.
rid of it. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because that's an economy. There's people who play that just because they have skins.
Mm-hmm.
And like I play Fortnite most of the time because I have skins. Now, if I had the opportunity to trade people, that'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Epic's prices on everything are going up. Fortnite bucks are now $3 more. The pass is going to be more money. It just they're trying to get money for. They had to let go of 750 people. They're definitely.
So you're thinking it's specifically a money play, like hey, we got to reconcile some of the net losses that we've had. Here's an easy way to do it. Let's get rid of the black market, so to speak. Which is funny because they used to have items called black market.
100%.
Matt, what are your thoughts on it? Why do you think he's spot on?
No, I don't actually. I think if they were to make more money, it would be selling higher rarity items, just like Valve does in CS:GO. If Valve makes more money with the black market being there than they do without it. They make about $50 or some $1 million, I think, in game cases, but that's because they have specific knives and items that are so rare that like people just hunt them in a way, right? It's like they have like a $13,000 knife. If Epic wanted to make the most amount of money, they would just copy that formula, which is what they had before in the past.
I don't think I thought there was a lot of like legal stuff in the UK that caused that though, to kind of just to stop Epic.
Yeah, the loot crates in certain countries are not allowed to be, so that's why they don't do those loot crates in like certain countries like Saudi Arabia. I think it is they are not allowed to do loot crates.
I thought it was like the UK.
Yeah.
I mean,
because of Star Wars. They did
the other
that.
day,
That's
Valve
all.
makes $50 million with or without that policy in place.
True.
So it's irrelevant. You already see somebody doing it consistently, and I don't know how much 50 million is like over the course of a year, but it's a lot of money. And Rocket League isn't free, so they already make enough money off the game purchase alone.
It's free now though. When Epic bought it, they converted it to free.
Free then, cool, rock with it. But they can make more money by adding rarity to these items than they would completely disengaging the black market, and more money at that. I could see their point of them having a crossover transferable system. Epic prides itself on having one account for everything. That's what they've always had about. And if they're going to bring vehicles into other games in other places, and they want their games to have cohesiveness with skins, then it is almost impossible to trade a skin in one game but not in the others if one account is your central ownership account. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So here's my thought to that though. Most of Epic's games currently are on UE5. Rocket League is still on UE3.
Be more excited for that then. But that's still not relevant. The ownership of a skin is, let's take the NFT route for example. The item number for that skin is the same irreverent of what application it's on. So as long as I know that this owner owns this skin, I can apply this ownership number to any of my games,
Mhm.
and I
That's
know that
cool.
they own this skin,
I
which
wish they could
is
do that in Call of Duty.
I would love it. And this is the first year we're going to see some kind of transferring system from one COD to the next. And me and you, Steve, I already have questions about how they're going to pull it off. So like,
Yeah.
imagine adding a black market on top of that, and how much more difficult it would be to pull it off with a black market,
Mhm.
Yeah. that is
centralizing
true.
all your stuff. So I get what they're saying. I just think that it'd be smarter just to leave Rocket League alone as its own standalone market for the skins.
Yeah. So
but-
here's a lot of like the griping and from the community.
and to be honest, it is a core component of Rocket League. Like
Mhm.
if Valve all of a sudden said no more trading skins in CS:GO, dude, it'd
Die.
be that's a core component of the game, whether they like it or
Mhm.
not. Like,
Yeah, so that's why I asked the question of earlier of what would Call of Duty have to take out of the game to make you like stop, because this
Yeah.
is like a big thing, like,
yeah.
and not even just from like the gameplay, but like from content creator support. There are people who have channels that are solely based on
Yeah.
items or doing like, here's how you make this car skin, here's how you make it look cool, like a pimp my ride kind of thing.
Yeah.
When like a lot of that's just gone. There's like websites that are dedicated to finding people so that you can trade, like all that's gone. It's crazy. But honestly, it doesn't bother me too much. I don't do a whole lot of trading. Like, I think it'll be sad to know, like, oh crap, like if I wanted that item, I can't get it anymore. But that's not like a core component. You guys know I'm a good conspiracy. What?
I just feel like they've already nerfed the hell of that black market originally.
With the
And like to get rid of it now completely is like completely alienating one of your fan bases, like completely.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess for me, like it's equivalent to like if they said there's no more search and destroy in Call of Duty. There's an
Mhm.
entire core set of people that play only search and destroy.
Mhm.
If you get rid of it, then yes, you are taking away. You're alienating a big chunk of people that will play only one game mode, which is S&D. So like
Mhm.
that's what it's equivalent of to me. Like yes, the game is the same, and it's still Call of Duty, whether it's hardpoint or control or whatever. But like S&D
But that was your game.
S&D has a heart. Like at the end of the day, Call of Duty is living and breathing because S&D thrived at one point in time.
Mhm.
So
So here's part of the other gripes that people are getting is, again, this tweet came out of the support or the status, which really is just for service issues and game updates. Like, it's not the right channel to get this kind of announcement. Not only that, the next day, Rocket League, the actual account, tweets, the NFL Fan Pass is back. The Fan Pass brings 32 team decals, Fennec, Dominic, Breakout, Dominus, Octane, and the return of Gridiron limited time mode.
thank God, huh?
Yeah, so then they're like, here, you can buy these skins. And then 5 more days after that, they announced their Halloween special. And down at the bottom of the video, there is a little clause that says not real gameplay and may require additional purchases. So I think to Steven's point, like, yeah, there's a lot of like money grabbing going, but it would just be nice just to get like a reason why. Like if they were like, hey, you know, we're transitioning to a whole new platform where it's going to be UE Engine 5. And we're essentially going to do like a soft reboot of the game.
Yeah.
So all your stuff is still going to be available in this version of Rocket League, but that part of the feature is no longer going to be able to do it.
Okay, Andrew, I got a question.
There'd be no point for UE5 for Rocket League. By the way, just wouldn't do anything for you guys.
I got a
Say that
question.
again.
There's really not a point to UE5 for Rocket League. It's not worth their resources.
I think it could be just because of how easy it would be to have a creative mode and just have people go crazy making different styles.
Yeah, but then you get lost in the sauce. That's what Fortnite's going through right now with like people not being able to find little worlds to join because they're just like mass producing levels and it's just getting crazy.
So I went down like a pretty crazy rabbit hole where somebody thinks that Epic is getting ready to phase out Rocket League completely and have it be a game that is launched within Fortnite. That it's still technically a game.
Dude, they do that. That's gonna be. I'm a Fortnite fan. I like Fortnite, but that'd be terrible. You'd be. So I have a question. I'm playing devil's advocate because I feel like these gaming companies that I'm about to talk about did something maybe right that might work in these kind of games. I don't know yet. Where we have like Madden and FIFA, not so much FIFA, but Madden, where you open up packs, you get cards, you could sell them for in-game currency. Do you think that could be a thing in Rocket League where you could trade old skins and they would be currency to buy new stuff? Like if there was a marketplace there where like everybody could buy the Fire Engine Red with the black pinstripe that was released 3 years ago. If someone's selling it for 1 million coin, it could be 1 million coin. Do you think Epic does something like that to kind of keep the market in-house, or do you think that's just not part of the culture?
No, I think they're following the play of Fortnite, where it's you want the skin, you gotta pay that $20, $25, $30 for the skin. So what they have right now is what it's called a trade up system, and
you were telling us about
it's actually pretty cool because you can take like rare items that aren't like really anything special, trade 5 of them in, and it bumps you up to the next tier. Then you get the next tier, trade in 5, and it bumps you up to the next tier, all the way to the final rarest tier. But it used to be, because there was a player-to-player trading base, that you could trade something that you have duplicate of the rarest item of to get a whole bunch of these not worthless items that you can then trade up to get back to one. But now that that's gone, it's like once you trade in and you get your duplicate black market decals, they're just there and you don't really have anything left to do with them.
Yeah, I get that. That sucks, man. I bet you they do take a hit in players because there's gonna be players who just do that for a living. But I don't know. Rocket League's pretty fun, man. Just playing from a person who doesn't get into it to jumping on and jumping off. It is a good time killer. I just don't know if that's gonna kill the culture in that game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like, and again, personally, I'm not like a huge hunt and trade. Like every once in a while, if there's like an item that I want, I will like look and find people that I can trade items with.
Yeah.
But it's not going to affect. I play for the thrill to win. But it's crazy that like the amount of impressions that it's been getting on Twitter and like just the backlash is insane. It's a good read. If you wanna have a good read, it's pretty good.
Fair enough. Rocket League, we know what you're doing. Epic Games, you're ruining the game. Straight up, honestly. Let's keep it pushing. Andrew, just a tidbit. The amount of time it took you to explain all that and like go over that is like perfect. It's as much time as you need to watch the episode of Loki.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
And you're good. Just 3 of those and you're good. All right.
I will catch up. I promise.
But you know what's coming next week? The other episode of Loki.
I'll get there. Yeah. Well, isn't it this one? So I got 3 to do.
Yeah, you got 3.
I can do 3.
You got 3.
Well, we're not gonna beat you up on 3 because we haven't seen it yet, but we can beat you up on the first 2.
But we're gonna see it tonight. So
no, I've seen season 1. I saw season 1. I'm just not into season 2 yet. Simmer down.
Anyways. All right, we're getting to the game portion of it. Esteban, you are the game person today. I wouldn't say master because I've had 5 bangers of games.
Dude, honestly, that tic-tac-toe game, that was like chef's kiss.
That was fun. That was actually
in Mexico. I was like, oh, this would be such a fun game to play right now with my brother.
Good game. All right, Steven, you're up.
All right, Drizzy, since you're in here right now, you're gonna be our final decision on who wins this. So, boys, if you notice in my background, I have a Halloween themed background. So we're going to go through this, and you got to give me your perfect Halloween night. You got to give me your costume, the candies you're looking for, what kind of neighborhood you're going to, and then do you break up the candies or do you keep them all in your bucket? I do need to know that after the fact, because I have my own preference. So we're gonna go on a perfect Halloween night. You can tell me, got to give me a costume, and you got to give me the candies that are in your bucket, and then and a neighborhood.
Cost.
All right,
Okay.
All right.
costume, candies, and neighborhood. And since Andrew hasn't watched Loki in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
we're gonna go starting off with Andrew. We'll give Matt middle, and I'll take in.
Okay. Costume. So this is like, am I starting with all three or like,
Just however you want to go.
okay, then are we snaking? Like, are we drafting it or?
Yeah, we're gonna do snake, and we're gonna do we'll do 4 rounds.
Okay.
The 4 rounds.
So if I'm starting, I'm going to go to the neighborhood that requires a gate code to get in because those are the rich guys that give you the king size candy bars.
Okay, well, we'll play.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So start with that first.
Yeah, you can go. You can however you want to start.
So same premise, neighborhood that requires a gate code. But I live in a place like they require gate code down the street. I know what kind of place that is. I want to be at one in like North Scottsdale. So a place
Dang it.
that has a gate code in North
Dang it.
Scottsdale.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing right now. I thought I was gonna get to me. I thought I was good. Andrew dropped the ball. I was like, yes, and then
Really did.
Yeah.
He really did. He does
Well,
that
I thought I was
sometimes.
encompassing all gates.
No, you were not.
You
were
were
not,
not. Yeah, just like you thought you didn't have time to watch Loki, but we found
Yeah.
3 times in this episode where you could watch it.
You're encompassing all gates that we're not at. So you're not in North Scottsdale anymore, brother. I tell you that much right now.
All right, so I'm gonna do this since we're going with themes on where we're going, and you guys, I don't want to go to the hood because I'm trying to walk out with candy, not be candy. I would love to go to North Scottsdale. That's where I was going to say to get the Sam's Club boxes of candy, but I can't. So I'm going to go to a trunk or treat. That way I know I'm getting candy. And most of the time when those people show up to trunk or treats, they're like good people who like want to be there. So they're giving out the good stuff. And with that being said, I'm going to pick my, I'm going to go costume last because I feel like I can get a banger. I'm going to go with my first candy. And me personally, I am a Twix kind of guy. So I love the small Twix in my son's kids bucket. I definitely jack those. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. Twix is pretty good. But I'm in North Scottsdale. I don't want no baby size Twix. I want a full size candy bar. All right. And it's gonna be a Mr. Good bar. All right, because they over there they can eat peanuts, you know what I mean? So I'm getting a full size Mr. Good bar in North Scottsdale, may I add. So I'm probably getting like a pack of them. Probably getting a pack of them per person, realistically speaking.
Hell no.
That's what I'm taking. King size Mr. Good bar. Twix is taken. Twix is pretty good. And Reese's is way too common. So
no, Reese's.
Mr. Good bar.
I am getting not the little fun size with like 5 peanut M&Ms. We're talking like the full size. You got like 25 to 30 peanut M&Ms in there. Throw that back.
Dang.
Peanut
it would be
M&M.
like Andrew to pick the nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There we go.
The ones that he can throw back in his mouth,
Yeah, the ones he just sits there and just,
Come on, you guys. You tell me you don't like peanut M&Ms?
They're probably my third favorite M&M.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're about third.
What else is out there?
The Krispies?
Number 1 is pretzel M&Ms.
No.
Those ones go hard.
I
Number
guarantee you won't get any pretzel M&Ms this Halloween.
Maybe not like in your gated community, but mine in North Scottsdale definitely has pretzel M&Ms. And then a second would be peanut butter, and the third would be probably the Krispies or the Cookie Crunch.
Ooh, Cookie Crunch gets slept on. Those are some good M&Ms too.
Yeah,
peanut all the way. Okay, so
you got one candy, you got your location.
You
need another candy, and you need a costume.
I'm writing down my picks so I can reiterate them at the end.
Okay, I'm gonna add a round onto this one, and then one candy that you don't want in your bucket that you just like. Why would you get that out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna do the easiest one. Everyone knows what candy we don't want
I
during
know.
Halloween season. Every single person knows.
The one candy that I don't want to see it, are those peppermint York patties.
He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball.
Just
Send it
like
over
the
to me.
gecko.
Send it over to me. Listen. Get that candy corn out of my bucket right now, brother. All right.
Andrew, I threw a softball up for you. That was for you.
I
to
would
get.
take candy corn over peppermint
No, you
York
would not.
York
Oh,
patty.
you are such a liar.
Those things
You'd
are
rather-
disgusting. You're basically eating chocolate covered toothpaste.
All right. That's better than just candified doo doo. What basic candy corn is pretty much.
Yeah.
Candy
dude.
corn. That's the easy one. That's one I don't want. But candy corn.
Hey, is there different flavors of the candy corn in the rings?
No.
Somebody in like 6th grade tried to tell me that there was. They're like, I just eat the top and then throw it away.
Oh,
And
I
was
could
like,
think of another one.
oh, too late.
too late.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
like peppermint
No,
patties or whatever.
I'm gonna throw this one out just after you go.
Let me answer mine first. I'll throw out the terrible candy. That way we can get it out of there. Yeah, candy corn is trash. I believe Matt won that decision right there. I'm going to go with Smarties. You know, the little,
Yeah, that
I
was pretty
hate
bad.
getting Smarties. They're cool for like 3 seconds. And then you're like, who eats the whole bag? The little stick. I think those are the worst candies known to man.
Chalky.
I'd rather have peppermint patties than that one, but
No
at least I'm
way.
not
Wait,
getting the candy.
then which one?
Then the little Smarties, you know, the ones that look like little circles that come like
Oh.
I hate those.
You
candies.
know, I know Andrew loves licorice, but like black licorice is also one I don't want in my
Yeah,
bucket.
licorice is. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
that's
good and plenty is horrible because that's like
Good
the
runner up is
pill
Airheads.
form of air. You don't like
Airheads?
Airheads? I like
Like,
Airheads.
no, I like Airheads. I don't like the bootleg ones. You know, the ones that like come in like the variety pack. You know, like I hate those little. Yeah, I hate those ones. All right, sorry about that. My pick again, and I'm gonna go with a candy I do want in there, and that is gonna be since we can go full size candy bars.
Wait, how many candies are we putting in there?
Two we want.
Two.
One
Two
bad
want.
costume location. I'm going with Butterfingers. A big old Butterfinger. Yeah,
Interesting.
Butterfinger. Whew, I love a good Butterfinger. Yeah, I'm going with
Yeah.
Butterfinger Twix in my bucket. Get that Smarties out of there. Now giving all
Yeah.
my peppermint patties to Andrew.
The good news is the Butterfingers will be there for you because no one else wants them but you.
Yeah.
So Butterfingers are all you, brother. I am going to go with one of those 2-packs, the 2-pack of Reese's Cups. So I got Mr. Good Bar and Reese's Cups. That's a pretty safe answer. You put them in the fridge in the morning, you wake up,
Money in the bank
bussin'.
or what?
definitely better than a Butterfinger.
No, hell no.
Yeah,
Butterfingers.
definitely better than a Butterfinger. But yeah, so I'm sitting pretty at North Scottsdale. I got a full-size Mr. Good Bar, a full-size Reese's Cup, and no candy corn on my bucket. I'm winning
Damn.
Halloween so far. That's just some kind of like home run I'm
Come
missing.
on, man.
Oh,
Andrew,
man.
the
I'm
corn
about to
was yours,
flop.
my
I'm
guy.
about to flop. Don't worry.
Panic pig.
I'm like panicking because I can't think of any other candies.
So you need a candy and a costume, my guy. Candy and a costume. We should just appeal to our audience instead of appealing to what we like. Damn it.
Just candy bar.
Ooh, Mr. Goodbar throwing me off. I like that. Keep that energy. Keep that energy.
All right, costume. Personally, I like to do things that are funny. So I think I'm gonna get roasted for this.
Wait, you're doing a costume?
Yeah.
Are we doing a second candy bar or no?
No, I'm doing
Yeah.
a costume because I can choose, and that makes Steven have to do it not on his last.
This is your last, isn't it?
No,
Yeah,
we got one.
he has this one, and then he has another one. His
There's
two
the
picks.
candy, and I can't think of any candy,
Oh, you got back to backs.
but I
Either
can't
way,
think of any costumes either. So I'm gonna throw this one out. It is no, I don't know. Just give me like a really good.
He's flopping. Look at him. The lights are too bright for him. The lights are too
Hey,
bright.
Andrew, hey, your fan turned off, dog. It looks like you're sweating right there.
I don't know. I'm panicking.
It's a Halloween costume. You could be anything you want to be.
Give me Ghostface from Scream. I don't know.
Ghostface from Scream. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
the most
Andrew.
basic answer.
With one of those knives that's like blood.
The fake blood in it.
Yeah.
Congrats. You're like you're every teenage girl on Halloween night.
Thanks, Andrew. At least I'm not getting last place. You know what I'm saying?
I accept defeat.
You're up again with the candy bar now.
The candy.
Yeah.
Just say
Sour
like
Patch
It's
Kids.
like a Hershey's bar or something. Like what is going on?
Patch Kids are
Reese's
good. I
Sour
like Sour
Patch
Patch Kids.
Kids.
And the comment said bros in 2005.
I was not prepared for this.
Andrew's showing his age.
Eating his candy corn. That's pretty funny.
No, I didn't pick candy corn. I don't want that crap.
All right.
You have it. You take it over a York patty, apparently.
I would. New York patties are disgusting.
All right. So costume. Yes, that's the last thing I'm on.
Costume and
we
the
got-
candy. I said Sour Patch Kids just to.
Can I
Yeah.
say two possible? I have to pick one.
No, you have to pick one.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
then let me
I
answer
don't
mine,
remember
and
you. I don't remember you being a game master. I wasn't asking you. So
Just
game
pick one.
person of the night. Pick one. Okay.
You can pick one because I have to pick a costume too, and then you can do the honorable mentions.
Yeah. Okay. Let me think. I have two. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to be. So
He has two, and Andrew has can think of one.
this has nothing to do with the judge in the chat. Okay. So don't think that. I just have a genuine love for this category. But I have a son, so it's gonna be a father-son thing.
Ooh, that's
Mhm.
fire.
I'm gonna be Goku. He's gonna be Gohan. You know what I mean? So that's
you
what we're
are
rocking with.
catering to
That's
the
what we're rocking
audience
with. You know what I'm
like
saying?
a mother.
Get me out
You
of
know what I'm
You
saying?
are
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
catering.
listen.
Because I know who that
Listen.
guy is in that chat,
Listen.
I know you're. Oh, get out of here.
I've played plenty of Dragon Ball Z Budokai
Look at him.
Tenkaichi. Okay, plenty of it. All right. I've watched all Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball, first season's hard to get through, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
But-
it is.
But Dragon Ball Z, I've watched plenty of that, plenty of it, and I have a second son on the way. So next year I can recycle him costumes. I could be Goku, Gohan, and he can be Trunks.
I didn't know you had a second son on the way.
Second son on the way in like a month.
What? Where
Yeah.
have I been?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
you've been gone not watching Loki.
Yeah.
Steven, you're up, my friend.
All right. So since we do know who the judge is, I am going to go with not. No, I'm just kidding. That was good, Pander. All right, that was good, man. Yeah, because he has a tattoo of it on his arm. I was gonna
Say it. Just say it. Rip the band-aid off and say it.
No. That is actually a pretty good one. That's because I do like themed with the family.
Yeah, didn't even
But I want to
think
say
about that.
when you can be a Ninja Turtle for on Halloween and not one person questions it, you got to be a Ninja Turtle. I think in my whole life, I've been a Ninja Turtle about 6 times. There's only 4 turtles. Went through the whole thing, repeated a couple. And this is all my 20s. So being a Ninja Turtle, I think, would be the go-to costume. I want a full-size Ninja Turtle, movie quality. I think that would be a dope. I don't know how far I could go because I'd probably faint because it's so hot in there. But I would love to be a Ninja Turtle in movie quality costume on Halloween. Eating a delicious Butterfinger, a Twix.
God, the
No
Butterfinger
smart-
just honestly, you had a
That's
chance to the Butterfinger.
Butterfingers are no
The
good.
Butterfinger just
Butterfingers are
completely ruined it.
delicious.
Completely ruined it.
I like to pull one out, put it in my coffee, pour my coffee over the Butterfinger. Which turtle?
The
Um,
Butterfinger definitely. Hurt
The
you.
turtle. I am a Leonardo fan, but when it's party time, it's Mikey. But I am a Leo fan, so I've been Leo the most.
Isn't
I've
Leo
never-
the berry one.
I never once seen Leo eat a Butterfinger and enjoy it. Mikey will anything though. Mikey will literally.
Yeah,
eat.
Mikey would. He definitely would.
Literally
He
whatever
definitely-
you can
Yeah,
All right.
that's what I'm going with.
So do we want to go over our picks?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So,
All right. Start
Still,
with you,
I just sold mine. I sold mine to the judge. Matt, sell yours, and then I definitely want to hear Andrew sell his. And then let us know who won down the comment with a 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Go for it, Matt. Sell yours.
Mm.
All right. So since I'm in Arizona, I picked North Scottsdale gated community. If you look on the index of like the richest cities in the United States, North Scottsdale's up there. You also look at the most growing cities, North Scottsdale up there. You also look at like the most visited cities at the moment in the U.S. North Scottsdale's up there. So I'm going to the most populated place I can go to, the safest place I can go to, the richest place I can go to, gated community. I'm getting a full size Mr. Goodbar. All right.
Trash. I mean, sorry.
nothing better than peanuts and chocolate. That's why everything has peanuts and chocolate. Rocky Road. That's actually not peanuts, but a sundae. You put chocolate chip and peanuts on top. Classic combination. A chocolate dip cone.
Why are you hating my M&M, my M&Ms?
Can I speak, please?
Yes.
You're making rude right now, Andrew. I don't like it.
Chocolate dip cone, peanuts and chocolate. All right, classic combination in the form of a bar with no stupid shell on the outside with an M on it. Like who wants that?
What is this?
Reese's Cup, a classic. I'm telling you, you put it in the fridge when you get it, and the next morning you're waking up to a heavenly treat. A heavenly treat, okay? A divine, immaculate, straight from the hands of God treat. I promise you that much. Try it one time, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, and then we're going with the authentic, non-catered to the judge answer of my costume. I have a son, love him to death. I want to be a little mini me, and he really kind of is. People see him. It's like a little mini Matt. So why not do Goku and Gohan? Why not do Goku? There's no stronger bond in all of fatherhood I can think of than Goku and Gohan.
He's like the worst father figure of all time. He left his kid for 7 years.
Excuse me. I'm trying to cook here, all right? Let him cook. My bad. Last but not least, the don't want candy. If you ask literally anybody, they don't want their bucket during Halloween.
Except for Andrew.
It's literally candy corn. Okay, so that's not even a sell. That's just something that is generally known as a fact.
Yeah.
After the explanation, Andrew, it's on to you.
I'm gonna be honest. These are all not great picks. I panicked, but what I will sell is the reaction of these two goobers that are above me when you pick me and my terrible picks. They won't be happy for at least a good 24 hours because they know that they were swindled from a sweet victory, and I came in and flopped and still got your vote. That's all I got.
Man's pandering. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I guarantee it'll be good. It'll be good. Visually, they'll be frustrated.
Give us this verdict. Who you got? Who's coming out on top?
We're patiently waiting. We're patiently waiting for the answer. Patiently. Not too patient, though. You know what I mean?
Editing.
Oh my,
he's typing.
Brother, man,
typing.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, we only have 3 fans, and we're about to ban one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, shut the hell up!
Yes.
And you better be last place behind that comment. You better get out of here with this Andrew shit. This is the last time we use crowd. This is why we shouldn't do this. You better keep typing after that.
I just there's no money on this or any kind of high stakes.
There's
it could just
pride and honor.
It could be a quick answer,
He's doing it. He's mulling it over.
Let's go.
Andrew third.
Oh,
Andrew third. Andrew third. What that means, right, brother?
Mom,
man,
Mom, baby.
Butterfield like he was.
I saw my name. I got excited.
Yeah. He literally put a shameful face next to it, too.
Man.
I can't see it. I got these old eyes.
He gave you the gold medal.
He gave you the third place, place bronze, brother.
Sorry, bro.
I mean, it was a good attempt. I knew it wasn't going far.
It was good. I think what screwed you over is your 1 through 4 picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically everything.
All right, give us. We got 2. I guess whoever you name.
Just skip and go to 1.
Twix, Butterfingers, Giant Ninja Turtle.
Andrew, you had no hope when Steven gave you a layup and you just completely
I know, dude. I've never given somebody such a
I don't know why, but when you told me what we were doing, I was like, I don't know.
See, that's some BS, man. He pandered. Matthew pandered and gave him the anime pick. And
bring it home. Look at.
I knew this was bullshit.
I'm reeling it in. I'm reeling it in.
See this reaction?
I'm reeling it in.
You get from Steven right now. You're missing out on both of them having that when you could have picked me.
Get the brooms out, ladies and gentlemen. Get the brooms out to sweep. It's a sweep.
Let him cook. Oh, Goku's the greatest dad. That was the worst father in all of anime history.
Hey. It's spoken, all right? All right. What's what that woman said? He has spoken. All right, that's it. It's a wrap. It's done. I've won. I'm basically the Warriors with Kevin Durant. I got the brooms out and I swept them. Honestly, I can pinpoint.
Get us out of here.
I can pinpoint both your downfalls. All right, Downfall for Andrew was the candy corn thing. Easy layup.
Oh yeah, hard.
Downfall for Steven, where he lost the whole crowd at. We know it, Andrew. What was it?
Butterfinger.
The Butterfingers. The Butterfingers. All right. That wraps up our show, ladies and gentlemen. Good game, Steven. Good game. It was really fun.
Right.
Always fun seeing Andrew.
I honestly
Just
panicked
completely
the whole
with
time.
it.
His panic
So,
big dude. Hey, if
yeah.
Andrew
Dude, I was
commits a
like
crime,
sweating.
you know when he's about
My
to
face
lie.
was going red. Like
yeah.
it was.
He screams Sour Patch Kids.
This was not your episode, my friend.
No.
Not even close.
No.
But as always, we're back next week, ladies and gentlemen. Wrapping it up for tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you to our guest, the Judge. Shout out my cuzzo. Non-biased, of course, Judge. Y'all
He
have
is
a good
biased.
night. Y'all have a good evening.
Yes.
Remember who the champ is always. It is me. Adios.